Let's get the read now from Texas Republican Congressman Jodey Arrington, who co-sponsored the Goodlatte bill, which addressed a lot of these other broader concerns. But, Congressman, this does not do that. What it does is at least deal with the issue of separating these kids from their parents. What do you make of that?
Well, I don't think anybody wants to separate the kids from their parents, but the laws of the land are the laws of the land, however flawed and broken. I think the president finally just enforcing the laws as they are highlights how broken they are and puts pressure on Congress to actually do its job. If we pass one of these bills, we will fix that situation. I like the Cruz legislation that was introduced recently because I think we can do both. I think we can keep families together. The only way we've done that in the past is presidents have done the catch and release. I think we can build the infrastructure, which is woefully inadequate. That is more detention facilities. And I think we need to double down on the judges so we can expedite the hearing process and let them work their way through that. And if they're not here for good reason, if they don't meet whatever asylum test, then they go back to their country with their kids. So I think we can do both, and this law will get at that. I think the Cruz legislation is also one that I'll be supporting.
What's the likelihood it would ever pass, though? I mean, the Goodlatte measure in particular is deemed to be a little conservative, a little tougher. It wouldn't garner as many Democratic votes, if any. The so-called middle ground measure, the moderate measure that Speaker Paul Ryan helped cobble together, is equally kind of vote short. So I'm wondering, is there a strategy in place that maybe when you guys are working, I think it's more to the Senate that will be working in August, but is that the idea when Republicans are in town and let's say the Democrats are not, you try to get it done then?
Well, look, the alternative, the status quo, is that we're going to have millions more illegal immigrants flood into this country. So Republicans have to step up and lean into this and solve it. We have the majority in the House. It's a simple majority. I don't think the Goodlatte bill is going to be acceptable. I'm a co-sponsor. I think it's the most conservative. Right. The question is, can we get the 218 on that moderate conservative compromise? I think we can, Neil, if we do one of two things. I think the president has to be definitive in his support and very public, unwavering in his support for that, and that it takes off the four pillars.
I haven't heard him unwavering on either.
Yeah, me neither. And no. I think that's cause for concern. I think you're going to have members that will not get out there until the president provides them cover. And then the other issues, like not having E-Verify, like not eliminating chain migration altogether, like we do in the Goodlatte bill, and then fixing the ag guest worker program. Any one of those three, I think, begins to tip the scales in the favor of 218 and getting it done. Those are the kind of calculations the leadership and our conference have to consider as we move forward.
A lot of your colleagues are concerned, whatever getting in the weeds this is, that it's hurting the Republican agenda. The president's going to be speaking about 30 seconds, sir, but what do you make of that? That's a big concern. You guys want to get off that.
Well, look, I came here to lead and solve problems, and I think we as a Republican unified leadership have to demonstrate that to the American people. And the other thing is, we don't get the border security. Right. We don't get the border security, and we don't get the interior enforcement if we don't do something with DACA.
Congressman, thank you very much.